Now, way too many inventors and entrepreneurs go from idea and like, ooh, it's a cool idea. And then they totally skip over any analysis and go directly into either building that product or they just jump past that and start marketing the product as an idea. There's a little bit, I like to tell you, slow down because you're missing, I find, the most important part, which is the business. These ideas, these inventions, they're not just ideas and inventions just because. The end goal is to make money from it. And if you didn't think about how you're going to make money from it, how much money can you make from it, how much money will go into it, what you will need, right? If you haven't done that, then you're going to run into some real major issues and most likely in a very bad economic situation if you do not do this as the second step. Before you build, before you market, make sure you analyze the business of this idea product. And what is that? Meaning, how many do you think you can sell realistically? So going back to the last slide, is it a need or a want? A need is going to have a whole lot more people buying into that than a want. A need, they have to get it. A want, some may, some not. There's a difference. What is that revenue number? You need to know that at the beginning. Because if you're going out here like, yeah, I got a good idea, some people may want it, some people may want it, but you're thinking, oh, it's going to be $1 billion idea. No. The size of the market and the number of sales within there doesn't line up unless you sell it for a very high price. See how the balance is there? How would you ever know that if you don't do your financial business analysis? The expenses, how much is going to go into it? How much to make? Absolute need to know. How many do you need to sell? All right. And I say, do you need? There's a difference. I know it seems like the question, same as the question before, but no. Do you need? What is the minimum you need to sell just to stay alive as a business? Yeah, there's a top number of what's, we can sell this much, but minimally, what do you need? When your product hits the market, you may have to offer some sales and promotions and discounts, 15%, 50% off. Now, if you do that and the market's only willing to buy it at a certain value level, but the cost to get it or make it is very high, then you're working with a very small margin of take home. And is that worth it to you? That's what this exercise is. It is so you can analyze the numbers of how much you could possibly sell, look into how much it's going to cost out of your pocket or somebody else's pocket to do or to make. And out of that is it worth it? I'm going to put in all this work to get this idea off the ground, but I'm only going to make $100,000 over a 10-year period. Is it worth it? Or I could find an idea with all the yes and somebody needs it, and I can sell 100 of them and make $1 million, and I can do that every year. Is it worth it? You want to know this up front before you build anything, before you buy a website, before you spend money on a logo, before you draw a logo, before you even think about a logo, where the business is going to be. No, don't do any of that until you run through the numbers to find, is it truly worth it? All right. Market. Who is going to buy? You're going to dive a little bit into it. I wouldn't say because at the market stage, you're going to dive a whole lot deeper, but you do need to know, okay, how big is this market that I'm going to sell to in order to get my numbers, right? Now, is that direct consumer? Is that going to be business to business, right? And last, is it how much human resources and material resources is going to be needed within that. You need to know that. I don't want to beat a dead horse on that, but I emphasize before you dive, before you spend a dime, look into all of this financial and business analysis. And you can always refer back to the map, refer back to this presentation, just to get your ideas, your mind, your line of questioning along these lines. And of course, I can't put everything task that you need to do. These are the main things to think about, the main concepts to think about, and then it should be a train of thought after that in order to get the numbers and the solution and the answers to the questions that you're asking yourself as you design and build out, plan out your venture, your entrepreneur business venture. All right. So after that, you've gone through the numbers. It looks good. You've gone through your spreadsheet. Now I repeat, a spreadsheet. If you are scared of a spreadsheet and you don't know spreadsheets, well, you're going to have to learn. Yes, you must know a spreadsheet because that's pretty much the only way you can calculate all this stuff. Without the spreadsheet, you don't know where the numbers are. Your numbers are going to be all off. And there's what I've met way too many entrepreneurs who have no idea how to use a spreadsheet. They do pretty good on a ledger, but it only goes but so far. When investors or mentors ask you for a business plan, they're most of the time asking you for the spreadsheet, the cash flow analysis, the pro forma, the balance sheet. And that's even before you've made money. They want to know that stuff because they want to know what's the potential. Is it worth it? Once you get that, is it worth it? Is it worth it? If it is, then you go on to the next step. I am Sharon Cutter Smooth EP Digital, helping inventors, product developers who are having difficulties producing their ideas, making their ideas, and selling their ideas. This is entrepreneurism, nerdpreneurism at its finest to get you from your idea to your dollars. Sharon Cutter Smooth EP Digital. That is everything today. Please like, please subscribe, please share. If I have taught you anything, if you've learned something and you want to learn something in the future, like, share, and stay tuned. Visit the website. We got a lot of good stuff. And let us know what you think. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll talk to you later. Peace be upon you all.